Here we have the all-new 2023 Chevrolet Colorado. This one comes in the LT trim level with four-wheel drive. And this color is just the black, and then we have jet black cloth interior. And the powertrain consists of the upgraded 2.7 liter turbocharged four-cylinder. GM calls it the 2.7 Turbo Plus, and that's made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. So brand new for 2023. But to the front end here, we have our halogen headlamps, but we do get LED fog lights. And honestly, having the LED fog lights makes this look so much better as opposed to just having the halogen headlamps with no fog lights. But good job with the design. 18-inch aluminum wheels here. We have the Goodyear Wrangler tires, 265 60 18s. And then we have passive keyless entry on the front. Power door lock controls are here. We have one-touch automatic up and down for the driver's side window, and then express down for the other three. And then power mirror controls are here. We can turn those on and off and adjust the dial. Storage pocket here, a bottle holder there. Gauge cluster brightness can be adjusted here. Trailer brake controllers integrated there. And there's the hood release. And then you can pull this and we can tilt the steering wheel. And then we can telescope it as well. But here's the 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. And that's part of the convenience package. And I'll show you all that comes with that when we take a look at the window sticker. But I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. But let's go ahead and just see this leg room back here. Now again, I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, so headroom's good, leg room's good up there. And back here, that's my leg room if I were sitting behind myself. So not the best, but it's a mid-size pickup truck. What's new? We do get 2 cup holders here, a USB-C charge port, and then we have 2 rear AC vents there. And then there are the dome lights. Grab handle here, but it doesn't look like there's anywhere to put our clothes hanger, so that's kind of disappointing, but whatever. What we can do is fold this seat up. You gotta have both hands, so it's kind of difficult to do. But there's storage underneath there. And then the child lock obviously was on, and we can toggle that on and off there. Fuel filler here. Now to the back end, I do like this. I would obviously replace the tail lights with LED bulbs, but not too bad there. Still a good look. I like the design of the actual housing itself. But there's a tow package, or the trailer hitch, excuse me. And then there's the spare underneath there. We do have the easy tailgate here, which is nice. So it's pretty easy to lift this and open it. Very seamless. And there's the exhaust tip right there. Well, I guess it's just an exhaust pipe. But a huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this truck today. I'll leave a link below to it in the description below. And here's our glove compartment here. Decent size. But to the window sticker, you all can pause anywhere you need to take a closer look at anything. But the LT Convenience Package 2 includes a remote start, the 8-way power seat, heated seats, that 2.7 Turbo Plus, and then the Convenience Package just has the fog lamps, the easy lift lower tailgate. So I wouldn't necessarily need the Convenience 2 package for that money, but definitely want that Convenience package just to get the cruise control and then the fog lamps and a few other options there. I think the 18-inch wheels are a must. But I actually like how this one's spec'd out. In general, I like having the Convenience 2 package. I just don't necessarily need it. especially if I'm trying to stay on a budget. Let's take a look underneath the hood. And there's that 2.7 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, and this hood is on fire. So you have to lift that up to keep it up. And it's mostly covered up there, but probably burn my fingers off when to close that. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So I will say, I love having the leather wrap steering wheel here. That's a big, big plus. But going over to the screen here, this is an 11.3-inch Google Assistant screen. Pretty much all vehicles are trying to go towards that navigation subscription. But we do get that Google Maps system here. Love it. Very responsive, and of course you can see traffic patterns, pretty easy to search and address, whether you're typing in a store, whether you're typing in somebody's house. It's very easy to use. And you can use voice recognition with that as well. Now in terms of audio, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth, and we have wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto compatibility as well. And we can do our light test and go through our checklist with this package here. And then settings, if you ever want to turn on your Bluetooth, connections, phones, add, walks you right through it, gives you directions. And then vehicle settings are here. Date and time you can adjust. And then units, go to system, you can change from US to metric. And then language, you can choose between English, French, and Spanish. And then vehicle info's here. I like this screen. It does allow you to see like how your tires are, brake pad life, fluids, and then battery voltage, coolant temperature there. And then you can actually zoom in to the graphics here, which are fantastic, by the way, and you can see it that way. Now for your controls, it's one of those things you have to get used to. I don't necessarily like this because I can't turn on my headlamps through the actual vehicle, including the fog lights. I have to go through all of this to turn the fog lights on and off, auto high beams, and then headlamps, all that's there. But the cool thing is, whenever the screen is up, that little indicator there, you just click that, and then you can turn on auto, corners, or your low beams. And that does make sense when you think about it, because if you leave it on auto, you really don't have to touch your headlamps 99% of the time, so you can just make sure it's there, and you probably never have to use that button. But the backup camera is there. Great picture, and I love the guidelines that follow you as you turn the steering wheel. And then you have that trailering view, and then the trailer hitch view as well. And then volume knob here, you can turn it up or down, and then click the power button to mute. But you have your 3-stage heated seats for the driver, front passenger. Those buttons are here. You can control direction of the fan speed, or of the fans, excuse me, right here. And then your defrosters are down here. Auto mode's right there. And to turn that off, just adjust your fan speed. Then you can cut the whole system on and off there. AC toggle, then you can sync on and off as well. Or you can unsync by adjusting your passenger temperature. But vents are integrated here. I like how they look, kind of how they go with the rest of the dash here. But I like this feature here. We can push all the windows down at once. So that's nice. But then you do have to roll them all up manually after you do that. And then we have our auto stop toggle there. So that's on, that's off. Hazards are here. Lane keep assist is lane departure. And we have an aux there. We can wire up a light bar or something like that. Then we have a USB-C, USB-A port there. Wireless charging pad. And then 4-wheel drive controls are here. Now we only get 4-wheel high and then 2-wheel high. And then you can use your automatic 4-wheel drive there. And then we have a tow haul mode here. And then electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. And then for the shifter, pull the lever, reverse, neutral drive, low, and then you can manually shift through those 8 speeds in your low gear, and it'll show you what gear you're in on the bottom part of the gauge cluster. cup holders, center console, removable tray. I like how they kind of went with that subtle camo throughout in just random places. And there's a view of the back seat from up here. OnStar controls, and then vanity mirror. But back to the steering wheel, windshield wiper controls are here. So we have off, and then our intermittent modes are right in there. And then we can do low, high. And then you can use the wiper there, and then you can get your fluid by pushing all the way in. And then when the lights are on, you can toggle the high beams on and off, and then you can flash there. And then to the steering wheel itself, cruise control, on and off, cancel, set, resume, and then your forward collision alert gap adjust. You can adjust that there. And then to the right side, voice recognition. You hit this button here, this pulls up your audio, and then you can use this to scroll through depending on what source you want to use. And then Bluetooth buttons here. And I like this because it shows you different map views, and you can choose from all of that there. But behind the steering wheel on the left side, you can go through your track list, radio station presets. And behind the steering wheel on the right side, you can go through your volume, up, down. But love that gauge cluster again. It's just a good look, and I like the different views that you have. Turn this down a little bit. There's the push button start. And finally, here's the key fob with remote start. But now to the fun part. Let's go ahead and take this 2023 Chevy Colorado out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the new 2023 Colorado, love having the 2.7 liter turbo. And the base engine is pretty potent as well, but it's just not, it's not as quick as this one, obviously. And I drove one that was in the Canyon, and just love the high output turbo here. Extremely quick, especially compared to the naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that was in the outgoing model. We'll give it just a little throttle here. And I like the 8-speed shift points. Just very nice power throughout the gears overall. Very impressive. And ride quality is pretty excellent. Just driving down the road here. And I like this view here where I can see the fuel, temperature, oil pressure, and also shows you the transmission temperature as well. Specifically if you're towing or hauling a heavy load, you kind of know how the truck is doing. But yeah, the ride quality is fantastic. And sound acoustics are pretty stellar as well for a mid-sized truck. And since you get pretty much a standard crew cab across the Colorado and the Canyon now, they got rid of the extended cab. That's pretty much where you had the worst sound acoustics in the cabin, was with the extended cab not having just full-on doors. Now for the price point of this Colorado compared to a Tacoma, a Ranger, it's pretty much, even a Frontier, I'd say it's pretty competitive with the market. And I do think that this has the better powertrain out of all of those. And you can say what you will, you rather have a naturally aspirated V6 or a 4-cylinder, but this just gives you great power. And with this 4-cylinder, you get great towing capability. But most importantly, it drives better to me. I think with the 8-speed automatic and this 2.7 liter, it's just a fun truck to drive, and probably better for you if you plan on doing mostly driving without a load, whether you're towing or hauling, which is, I'd say, what the majority of buyers do. They need their truck for when they need it, but most people who get these are not going to be using them for everyday work. Now, if you are doing that, maybe you want to go with a V6 that's naturally aspirated, or 4-cylinder that's naturally aspirated. You don't have to worry about replacing a turbo. But to me, it's just, I'd rather have the turbo and take my chances, honestly, and just know that you're going to be covered under some sort of warranty, whether you get an extended warranty or whether you have a lifetime powertrain warranty like this one has. But overall, until the new Tacoma comes out, because they're supposed to be doing a complete overhaul for 24, this is the better option. And then we'll have to see about that 24 Ranger as well. So GM might have been late to the party per usual, but we'll just have to see. But right now, it's a pretty good competitor in my book. Love the driving feel, love the technology, and love the looks. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2023 Chevrolet Colorado LT.